Welcome to another Foolish Thoughts episode. This is Joseph Barone, aka A Fool for Learning, and our foolish thought for today is Mother May I. In a previous episode, I discussed how I had a conversation with another person a bit older than me regarding the games we played as a child. And when I thought about it some more, I thought about a game I played in the park across the street from where I lived, from the apartment complex, I should say, where I lived. And it was a game called Mother May I. And here's how we played it. One person was it, the caller, if you want to call him that, or her, and or some people call it mother. And they would stand at one end of the playground or the field. Everybody else would stand at the other end of the playground or field in a straight line facing the caller or mother. And as mentioned earlier, some versions of the game, the caller is called mother. Many versions call it mother, but we never called the person who was the caller mother. Not certain why, but we didn't. Probably because we thought the caller might beat the crap out of us if we called him mother. Anyway, the caller would start at one end and give directions to each child on how to move forward. For example, take 3 giant steps or take 3 baby steps. But before you could do the action of taking those 3 giant or 3 baby steps, you had to say, Mother, may I take 3 giant steps? And then the person would say, yes, you may. Sometimes the person who was the caller, it or mother, would say, no, you may not, if they really wanted to mess with you. If the caller said, yes, you may, then you carried out the command. The caller or mother then, so if the caller or mother gave you a direction, but you did not say, Mother, may I take 3 giant steps, Mother, may I take 3 baby steps, if you did it and mother, you didn't ask, Mother, may I, then you had to go back to the beginning of the line. So there's a whole process here in which you had to ask permission, you had to get permission, etc. And the idea was to reach the person who was the caller, be the first one over there, and you would win the game. Now, sometimes the caller would make up these crazy moves like take 5 hops like a bunny rabbit or do 3 pirouette leaps. If you didn't know how to do it, then the caller or mother would show you how he or she wanted to do it. One of the best callers I ever remember as a kid was my friend Gerard, who lives in Ohio with his family. He would come up with some of the craziest moves. In fact, that pirouette leap one, that's one that he came up with for whatever crazy reason, still to this day, I remember. Have you ever heard the game Mother May I? Did you play Mother May I? Or did you play it in the same way we played it? Or did you play it in a slightly different way? And whom did you play it with? I would love to hear from you if you ever played the game, no matter how you played it. And hopefully, I've given you something to think about. And if you learned something from this episode, please take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, or even share with a friend. This is Joseph Barone, aka A Fool for Learning, signing out. Remember, learn, perform, succeed.